Ever hit a wall, in your work or just life in general, and thought, okay, this is it. This is the limit.
We all have.
Well, what if that very idea, that feeling of a limit, is actually the biggest thing holding you back?
That's a powerful thought.
It really is. And it's the core idea in a book Elon Musk actually said shifted how he sees reality. Pretty big endorsement.
Huge.
And by the end of this deep dive, seriously, I think you'll look at every single problem, every challenge in a completely new way.
Yeah.
You might not think small again.
Yeah, it's definitely a perspective shifter. We're diving into The Beginning of Infinity by David Deutsch today.
Right.
And our mission really is to unpack his, pretty radical argument that knowledge isn't just big, it's infinite. And because of that, human progress doesn't actually have a limit.
Infinite progress, it sounds huge.
It is. It completely challenges how we usually think about, what's possible, how we tackle problems, even what it means to be optimistic.
Okay, so let's get into that core concept, infinite knowledge. It sounds almost philosophical, maybe a bit abstract for some folks. How does Deutsch actually ground that idea? Why is it so key?
Well, what's really interesting is that it's not just him saying it's infinite. It's an argument based on how knowledge actually gets made.
Okay, how it's created.
Exactly. See, knowledge isn't just collecting facts like stamps or something. It's about finding solutions to problems.
Right, explanations.
Yes. And the crucial part is new knowledge, new solutions always create new problems. Think about, say, fire.
Okay.
We master fire, great, but then we immediately have the problem of, how do we control it safely? And how do we use it for cooking, for metalworking, for energy?
Ah, I see. Each solution opens up a whole new set of questions.
Precisely. And Deutsch argues that this cycle just doesn't end. It can't end, fundamentally, as long as we keep looking for better explanations, better solutions.
So it's a continuous process. The potential is always expanding.
Always expanding,
Yes.
as long as we keep engaging with problems.
So if we have this almost built-in engine for infinite knowledge and progress, what's the catch? Is there anything Deutsch says could actually stop it all? The vulnerability.
There is one critical thing, and it's simple, really. The only thing that can stop progress is, us giving up.
Just stopping.
Stopping the effort. If we stop being curious, if we stop trying to find better explanations, if we decide, okay, this is good enough or this problem is just too hard, that's the only real limit.
So it's not an external barrier, it's an internal one, a choice.
Exactly. It's a choice to stop seeking. It's a profound call, really, to keep pushing, keep questioning.
That really lands. And, speaking of explanations, that leads perfectly into one of Deutsch's key pillars, right? This idea of good explanations. He says that's what makes humans special.
Absolutely core to his thinking. Our unique ability isn't just intelligence in some vague sense, it's the specific capacity to create good explanations. We don't just see things happen, we try to figure out why.
Okay, but what makes an explanation good in his view? Is it just that it sounds plausible?
No, not at all. That's the key difference. A good explanation is hard to vary.
Hard to vary. What does that mean?
It means you can't easily change the details without destroying the explanation itself. Think about old explanations for illness, like evil spirits.
Okay, yeah.
You could easily swap evil spirits for bad air or cosmic rays or whatever, and the explanation kind of still hangs together loosely. It's vague, not really testable.
Right. Easy to change.
But compare that to, say, germ theory. It's specific. It talks about microorganisms, transmission, immune response. You can test it. You can make predictions.
Ah, I get it. You can't just swap out germs for bad luck and still have germ theory explain how antibiotics work.
Precisely. It's constrained by reality. It has reach. That's a good explanation. It hooks into the way things actually are.
Okay, that distinction is really clear now. So the practical impact, if we get better at creating these good explanations, these deep understandings of why, we solve problems faster.
Much faster. Whether it's figuring out quantum mechanics or launching a successful startup.
So it applies everywhere, not just science labs.
Everywhere. Think about that startup again. You could use some superficial growth hack and maybe get a temporary bump in users.
We see that all the time.
Right. But if you have a deep understanding, a good explanation of your customers' real needs, the underlying tech, the market forces, that's what lets you build something truly innovative and lasting. It's about robust understanding, not just surface-level tricks.
So the big takeaway for you listening is resist just looking for the quick fix, the hack. Really invest the time and mental energy to understand the why behind the challenge you're facing.
That deeper grasp, that good explanation, is your most powerful lever.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And building right on that, another really fundamental idea from Deutsch, maybe even more radical for some, is this. All problems are solvable.
All problems.
All problems! He argues there's no such thing as a final problem, just waiting out there to permanently stump humanity.
Okay, now that sounds incredibly optimistic, maybe a little naive.
Right.
I mean, look at things like climate change, poverty, even deep personal struggles. They feel pretty intractable sometimes. How does he square that?
He'd say, yes, problems are absolutely inevitable. That's just reality. Things go wrong, challenges arise, but, and this is the key, so are their solutions.
Right.
A problem only feels insurmountable based on what we know right now, our current state of knowledge.
Ah, so it's relative to our knowledge level.
Exactly. Every problem, he argues, essentially contains the hints for its own solution. We just need the right knowledge to see it. And getting that knowledge requires, well, the usual suspects: curiosity and persistence.
So it's not denying that problems are hard, it's denying that they're impossible in principle.
Precisely that. It reframes the whole thing. Don't fear the challenge itself, fear giving up on finding the answer, fear losing curiosity.
That really changes how you'd approach something that looks like a dead end. It's not a wall, it's just a puzzle we haven't cracked yet.
Yes. It turns obstacles into intellectual frontiers. And this mindset directly feeds into the third big concept we wanted to cover: optimism.
Right, because if all problems are solvable.
Then optimism isn't just wishful thinking, it's rational.
Okay, define rational optimism in Deutsch's terms. It's not just blind hope, right?
Definitely not. It's not ignoring the difficulties or pretending setbacks aren't real. It's a rational belief grounded in this understanding of knowledge creation that progress is always possible.
Even if it's slow.
Or messy. Even if it's incredibly slow, uncertain, full of failures along the way. The core belief is that given enough time, creativity, and the pursuit of good explanations, solutions can be found. Progress will eventually happen. It's more of an intellectual stance than an emotional feeling.
I like that, an intellectual stance.
Yeah, and for you, the listener, this really means adopting what you might call an infinite mindset.
An infinite mindset, explain that.
It means seeing today's limits, the things we think are impossible, or the absolute boundaries not as permanent walls,
But
as just the edge of our current understanding. Temporary states. They're actually staging grounds for the next wave of knowledge creation, the next innovations, the next discoveries, stepping stones, really.
today's impossibility is tomorrow's solved problem, basically.
That's the essence of it.
Wow. Okay. And there's one quote from Deutsch that seems to just nail this whole philosophy, doesn't it?
There is. It's incredibly powerful, he said. Every problem that is not forbidden by the laws of nature is achievable, given the right knowledge.
Let's unpack that for a second. Not forbidden by the laws of nature.
That's the only constraint. The fundamental laws of physics, things like building a perpetual motion machine or traveling faster than light, those seem to be genuinely forbidden.
Okay, so those are off the table. But everything else?
Everything else. Curing diseases, achieving sustainable energy, resolving social conflicts, figuring out personal challenges. Anything not directly violating physical law is, in principle, achievable.
Given the right knowledge.
That's the crucial qualifier. We need the right explanations, the right understanding. But the potential is there. It's simply a matter of discovery and creation.
That single sentence just captures it all, doesn't it? Infinite knowledge, solvable problems, rational optimism. It puts the onus back on us, on our ability to generate that knowledge.
It really does. It suggests our potential, individually and as a species, is limited only by physics and our willingness to keep searching for those better explanations. It's truly boundless.
So this whole deep dive, it's really been about offering you a completely different way to look at things, hasn't it? A new lens for knowledge, for challenges, for human potential itself.
Yeah, it's the kind of thinking that can genuinely reboot your brain, change your whole approach.
It really can. It makes you see possibilities where before you only saw walls.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up, here's something for you to think about.
Okay.
Consider a challenge you're facing right now. It could be anything. A tough project at work, a personal goal that feels stuck, maybe even a societal issue you care about.
Got one in mind.
Okay. Now, how would applying this infinite mindset, this core belief that problems are solvable, If we find better explanations, how might that change your approach?
What would you do differently if you knew a solution was possible, just not yet discovered?
Exactly. What new knowledge would you need to seek out? What assumptions would you have to question? What if you approached it not with fear of failure, but with the rational optimism that the answer is out there, waiting to be uncovered through creativity and persistence?
That shift in perspective, it could change everything.
It really could. Food for thought.